Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you a brand new story time about one of the most terrifying days of my life. I am already so scared to even talk about this because it makes me nervous just thinking about it. So let me tell y'all about this day.
28 Tremont 628
So this all went down on February the 16th. It was a few days after Valentine's Day and I needed to go to the mall to get my boyfriend a gift. I get to the mall and it is so many people at this mall. It's a Saturday night. Everybody and their mama is at this mall, y'all. I had an idea what I wanted to get my boyfriend, a Gucci cologne, but every store I went to, they didn't have it or they didn't sell it. So I decided to look on my cell phone and try to find, a store in the mall that would have it. As I'm trying to get on my internet on my phone wouldn't work. So I'm walking around the mall trying to look for Wi-Fi so that I can use the internet. So I finally find Wi-Fi at the Coach store. They had the most amazing Wi-Fi, y'all. It was so freaking fast. So I'm standing outside of the Coach store using their Wi-Fi and I'm scrolling down and I finally find a store in the mall that has the Gucci cologne. As I'm walking towards the store, I just hear a bunch of people screaming. And then I see about 100 of people just start running towards me. It looked like it was a scene from a movie. People had a terrified look in their faces. People are falling and tripping over each other and crying and screaming. And I just remember seeing this little girl run past me with tears running down her eyes. And it was at that moment that I said, oh my God, like I need to run for my life. I don't know what I was running for or while I was running, but all I knew is I needed to run with these people. So as they're running, I'm running with them.
Are you okay? What's going on?
So I decided to run into the Coach store. But when I get inside the store, I could not find a place safe enough. So I run up to an employee that was standing there. I'm like, oh my God, we need to get out of here. Something is happening in the mall, but I don't know what's going on, but people are running and screaming. It was as if he was paralyzed. He could not move. Maybe like he was terrified or something he was thinking about, but the guy would not move. And I'm trying to explain to him that we need to get out of here. So he takes me and a few of the customers in the store into the back room. We get to the back room and there is a bunch of boxes everywhere and there is one exit door. So in my mind, I'm like, if someone comes in the front of the store, I'm running out the exit door. The guy who led us back there, he stands in front of the door that we came into. So then other employees that work there, they come into the back and they tell us, everyone, we are on lockdown, that there is an active shooter in the mall and they don't know who the shooter is and where the shooter went. It was at that moment that my heart just started pounding. And to know that there was an active shooter in the mall and no one knew where the shooter went, literally anyone could be the shooter. So one of the employees looks at us and says, do not talk, do not move, and put your phone on silent. I went to go put my phone on silent and then I started to try to text my boyfriend, text my mom, and when I tried to text these people, my text messages would not go through. It kept saying failed. It wouldn't work. So I look around to the other people that's with me and they're trying to make a call and their cell phones wouldn't work. All of our cell phones would not get any signal at all and we were literally stuck in this room with no way to know where the shooter is or any updates. So they came back into the room where we were and they let us know that we are safe as long as we all stay here. They said that they put the gate down and they put the glass down. So if a shooter comes walking by or whatever, he might try to shoot in the store, but he would probably only be able to shoot through the glass. So everybody needed to stay in the back room. At this moment, y'all, I look to my freaking right and I see this guy that's back there with us. He is standing there looking very frustrated. He looks like he's mad at the world, like he's angry and he doesn't want to be there. And I'm just looking at him like, okay, he's acting really strange. It was a moment that I thought that maybe he could be like the shooter or something because he was sitting there just freaking out like he didn't want to be there. So he turns to the employees and he says, can we leave? Is it okay for us to get out of here? And I'm looking at him like, there's an active shooter in the mall and you literally want to leave out of the store to find out where the active shooter is? Or maybe he didn't believe that there was a shooting going on or something. So I'm just thinking to myself like, please don't let this guy out of this store. Like, please just keep everything on lockdown. And luckily, the employees did not listen to this crazy guy and they decided to just ignore him and just like go on with everything. I looked to the girl that's standing next to me and she is literally freaking out, y'all. She was saying that her friend is in the mall mall and she can't get in contact with her. She doesn't know where she's at. So she's freaking out and I'm trying to like calm her down, make sure she's okay and stuff. But at the same time, I'm still trying to send a text message to my boyfriend. And some of my text messages was going through, but some of them wasn't going through. But he received the text message of me saying, there's a shooter in the mall. My boyfriend replied to my text message saying he's about to come up to the mall. What mall am I at? He was literally willing to put his life on the line to come and try to rescue me. It was the most terrifying situation ever, y'all. So I didn't want to update my boyfriend anymore. I was trying to like not send him too many text messages or whatever. I just wanted him to know that I loved him like I always do. I'm standing next to this emergency exit door and I literally hear people screaming and yelling, running past the door. All I can think is, what is really going on outside of this door? At any point or any moment, the person who was shooting in the mall could try to come into this door and I'm standing there. I will be the first person to get it. So I was so freaking scared, y'all. I'm terrified at this point. As we're standing there, the employees keep getting updates and the security updates us, telling us the police came to the mall and they said that there was never any shooting that happened in the mall and that maybe people were running and they just started running because other people were running. And in my mind, I was like, no. The terrified looks that these people had on their face, there is no way that there was not something that happened in this mall. So in my mind, I'm like, just because you didn't find someone shooting in the mall doesn't mean that the shooter is not there, if you know what I mean. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna leave out of the store. But as I'm leaving out this store, I'm gonna make sure I don't see a shooter or make sure no one is acting crazy or strange or anything like this. So I leave out of the store, and as I'm walking out of the store, the part of the mall that I was in was literally empty. When I say that the mall was on lockdown, it was literally on lockdown. The gates to every single store was locked down. Employees was hiding behind stuff. People were it was really crazy just to see a mall in this state. I finally make it to the exit where I parked my car, and as soon as I open that door, y'all, all I see is just madness. People are running all over the place. Cars are speeding through the parking lot. I look to my left and I look to my right. I see 2 car accidents. Cars crashed into each other trying to get away from the mall. It was so freaking crazy. People are running into the middle of the street. Kids are running everywhere. So I make it to my car and I try to use my GPS, but my GPS would not work, y'all. It was failing. Literally nothing on my phone was working. So as I'm driving out the mall, I see police everywhere. They're blocking off all of the streets that go to the mall, but you can leave out of the mall. So I finally make it onto the highway and my boyfriend calls me and he's able to get through. I'm talking to my boyfriend. I'm like, babe, I don't know how to get home from here. My GPS is not working and stuff. And luckily my boyfriend was able to help me get home. So when I got home, I checked the news to see what all happened in the mall. So come to find out, there was a shooting in the mall. There was one guy, he had a gun and he decided to shoot into a crowd of people because he had some type of disagreement going on. One person got shot and he had to go to the hospital. And it's just so scary to think that you can be in the mall and something like this can happen. So a few days after the shooting, the police found out who the shooter was. It was a 16-year-old boy and his mother took him to the police station to turn himself in. Just to know that you are no longer safe walking in the mall, it's just terrifying to me. You just never know when something like this can happen. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. As always, I love you guys also very much. Thank you so much for watching.